Welcome. Get ready to uncover the shocking truth behind 15 legends of the Old West and how they really met their end. From infamous shootouts to unexpected twists, their final moments will surprise you. Billy the Kid gained infamy as a gunslinger and fugitive, tangled in the violent Lincoln County War. Born Henry McCarty, he was constantly on the run, accused of killing 21 men, though the real number remains debated. Arrested and sentenced to hang, Billy made a daring jailbreak, gunning down 2 deputies in the process. But his freedom didn't last. On July 14, 1881, Sheriff Pat Garrett ambushed him at the Maxwell Ranch in New Mexico, shooting him dead in a darkened room. Some claimed Garrett killed the wrong man, with imposters surfacing years later, each claiming to be the Kid. The mystery surrounding his fate still captivates historians and Old West enthusiasts. Wild Bill Hickok was the ultimate gunslinger of the Wild West, deadly accurate and larger than life. A former scout, soldier, and lawman, he became a legend after killing 3 men in a single shootout, cementing his reputation as a feared gunfighter. Hickok lived by the gun, but also struggled with his fading fame and financial troubles. On August 2, 1876, in Deadwood, South Dakota, he made the fatal mistake. While playing poker, he sat with his back to the door. Jack McCall, a drifter with a grudge, seized the chance and shot him in the back of the head. Hickok's lifeless hand held a pair of aces and eights, forever known as the dead man's hand, a haunting symbol of his dramatic demise. Annie Oakley wasn't just a sharpshooter. She was a legend who defied expectations with a rifle in hand. Her rise to fame began when she stunned crowds by outshooting professional marksman Frank Butler, winning both the contest and his heart. Together, they toured with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, where Annie's lightning-fast aim and charm made her an international sensation, impressing everyone from cowboys to European royalty. But life wasn't all glory. She endured a crippling train accident and health struggles. In 1926, at 66, anemia finally claimed her life. Heartbroken, Frank followed just 18 days later. Annie's unmatched talent and fearless spirit made her an icon of the frontier. Jesse James was the Wild West's most notorious outlaw, a former Confederate guerrilla who turned to robbing banks, trains, and stagecoaches across the Midwest. With his brother Frank, he led the infamous James Younger Gang, striking fear into communities while being romanticized as a Robin Hood figure. Despite his violent crimes, many saw him as a hero resisting authority. But betrayal came from within. On April 3, 1882, Jesse, unarmed and unsuspecting, was shot in the back of the head by gang member Robert Ford, lured by the promise of a hefty reward. Jesse's death shocked the nation, and Ford was forever branded a coward. Even in death, Jesse James's legend only grew, cementing him as a symbol of the untamed frontier. Doc Holliday was a gambler, gunslinger, and dentist whose reputation was as deadly as his aim. A close friend of Wyatt Earp, he played a crucial role in the infamous gunfight at the OK Corral, where he helped take down the Clanton-McLaury gang. Despite his skill with a gun, it was illness that haunted him most. Diagnosed with tuberculosis in his youth, he sought relief in the dry air of the West, but found himself entangled in saloon brawls and high-stakes gambling. As his health worsened, he spent his final days in a Colorado sanatorium. On November 8, 1887, at just 36, he died in his bed, reportedly looking at his bare feet and muttering, "This is funny," having expected to die with his boots on. Pearl Hart gained infamy as one of the few female outlaws of the Wild West, best known for robbing a stagecoach in Arizona in 1899. Born in Canada, she led a troubled life, bouncing between jobs and bad relationships before teaming up with Joe Boot for a life of crime. Disguised as a man, Pearl held up a stagecoach, only to be captured shortly after. Her trial became a sensation, with her charm and defiance captivating the public. Sentenced to 5 years, she was released early and faded into obscurity. Some say she ran a gambling den, others claim she vanished without a trace. Her exact fate remains uncertain, adding mystery to her already rebellious legacy. Buffalo Bill Cody wasn't just a man of the Wild West, he was its greatest storyteller. A buffalo hunter turned showman, he dazzled crowds with his traveling Wild West show, featuring sharpshooters, reenactments, and Native American performers. Known for killing thousands of buffalo to feed railway workers, Cody embodied the rugged frontier spirit. On January 10, 1917, while visiting his sister in Denver, he died from kidney failure. He wanted to be buried on Lookout Mountain in Colorado, but snow delayed his burial for months, leaving his body preserved through repeated embalming. Some even claim his remains were secretly moved to Wyoming, a fittingly mysterious end for the man who turned myth into legend. Calamity Jane was as wild as the West itself, an expert sharpshooter, fearless frontierswoman, and occasional storyteller who blurred the line between fact and fiction. She worked as a scout, claimed to have fought alongside General Custer, and was known for her rough-and-tumble lifestyle. Jane was a heavy drinker with a soft spot for those in need, often taking odd jobs to survive. Her connection to Wild Bill Hickok became legendary, though mostly exaggerated. In her later years, alcohol took its toll, and she died penniless on August 1, 1903, in South Dakota. Ironically, she was buried next to Hickok, a final twist, likely orchestrated by locals for a good story, whether he wanted it or not. Butch Cassidy, leader of the infamous Wild Bunch Gang, was a charming outlaw with a knack for planning daring bank and train robberies. Born Robert Leroy Parker, he and his partner, the Sundance Kid, became legendary for their quick getaways and ability to outsmart lawmen. Tired of life on the run, they fled to South America, hoping for a fresh start. In 1908, after a payroll robbery in Bolivia, local authorities tracked them down to a remote village. Surrounded and outgunned, Cassidy allegedly shot the wounded Sundance before turning the gun on himself. However, rumors persist that he escaped and lived under an alias in the US for years, leaving his true fate shrouded in mystery. Pat Garrett was the lawman who brought down Billy the Kid, but his own life was filled with twists worthy of a Wild West tale. A former buffalo hunter turned sheriff, he gained fame after tracking and killing the infamous outlaw in 1881. Despite this, Garrett struggled to hold on to his reputation and fortune, facing financial woes and political setbacks. His life took a dark turn when he became embroiled in land disputes and debts. On February 29, 1908, while traveling near Las Cruces, New Mexico, Garrett was shot and killed under mysterious circumstances. Officially, a rancher named Wayne Brazel confessed, but many believed a deeper conspiracy was at play, with rumors suggesting political enemies wanted him silenced. Belle Starr, the bandit queen, built a reputation as one of the most notorious women of the Wild West, known for her connections to outlaws like Jesse James and the Younger Gang. With a taste for fine clothes, she often rode through town in velvet dresses, carrying twin pistols and commanding respect. Though convicted only once for horse theft, Rumors swirled about her involvement in robberies and smuggling. Her life was filled with turbulent relationships, including 2 husbands who died in shootouts. On February 3, 1889, just days before her 41st birthday, she was ambushed and shot multiple times while riding home in Oklahoma. The killer was never caught, with suspects ranging from jealous lovers to rival criminals, or even her own son. Geronimo was a fearless Apache warrior and leader who resisted Mexican and U.S. expansion into native lands with relentless determination. Born in 1829, he fought to defend his people after his family was massacred by Mexican soldiers, leading daring raids and evading capture for years. His ability to outmaneuver the U.S. Army made him a symbol of resistance, but in 1886, facing relentless pursuit, he finally surrendered, marking the end of the Apache Wars. Though promised a return to his homeland, he was imprisoned and spent his final years as a celebrity attraction at fairs and Wild West shows. In 1909, Geronimo died of pneumonia as a prisoner of war, far from his native land, leaving behind a legacy of courage and defiance. Wyatt Earp was a lawman, gambler, and gunslinger who became famous for his role in the legendary gunfight at the OK Corral in 1881. Alongside his brothers and Doc Holliday, he faced off against the Clanton-McClory gang in a brutal 30-second shootout that left 3 outlaws dead. Though hailed as a hero, Earp's life after the fight was filled with controversy, accusations of vigilantism, and a long quest for justice after his brother's murder. He eventually moved to California, where he dabbled in mining and worked as an unpaid consultant for Hollywood's early Western films. On January 13, 1929, Earp died of natural causes in Los Angeles at age 80, his legacy forever linked to the wild frontier he once tamed. Bass Reeves was one of the most fearless lawmen of the Wild West, capturing over 3,000 outlaws as the first black deputy U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi. Born into slavery, he escaped to Indian Territory during the Civil War and later became a legendary tracker and enforcer. Known for his flawless disguises and sharpshooting skills, Reeves brought criminals to justice with relentless determination. Despite surviving countless shootouts, his later years were marked by personal tragedy when he was forced to arrest his own son for murder. On January 12, 1910, Reeves died of Bright's disease, leaving behind a legacy that inspired the Lone Ranger character and cemented his place in history. Bill Pickett was a trailblazing cowboy and rodeo performer who revolutionized the sport with his daring technique of bulldogging, tackling steers by biting their lips and wrestling them to the ground. Born in 1870 in Texas, he honed his skills working on ranches and became the first black cowboy to achieve national fame. Pickett performed across the country, even starring in early Western films and dazzling audiences with his fearless stunts. Despite his success, he faced racial discrimination and struggled to gain the recognition he deserved. In 1932, while working on a ranch, he was kicked in the head by a horse and died days later from his injuries. Today, Pickett is honored as a rodeo legend, paving the way for future generations of black cowboys.